A few days ago, I spoke about some of the new information that was released in Famitsu regarding the Final Fantasy VII Remake, thanks to an interview that was done with Nomura. But it turns out in the same issue there's also been an interview with Kitase, and he has been speaking of the Final Fantasy VIII Remaster that's due out later this year. Now, there's not a whole lot of new information in this interview, but there are a few bits that I would like to highlight. I will also leave a link to this article down in the video description, which has most of these points, of course, that were originally given in Japanese, so they have been translated for the sake of us. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of them. First of all, we are told that the remaster has the original version's battle program, Hiroshi Harada, Tomohiro Kaino, who did the character models, and also Tetsuya Nomura working on it. This is interesting because we know that the remaster project has been outsourced by Square Enix. It's not their own team that is working on bringing the game out for its release later this year. This is another company that's doing this on behalf of Square, but it sounds like they have been consulted by the original programmers and developers of the game. So that's interesting, which means that a lot of the designs that we're seeing, and some people have been criticising the designs that have appeared in the remaster footage. I'm not sure what it is that people have an issue with, but in particular with Squall, a lot of people have concerns about him. Well, apparently, this is been approved by Square and by the same people that worked on the original. Also, we are told that battle assistance will be implemented. Now, we do already know that some of the cheats and whatnot that have made their way into the other Final Fantasy remasters will be making their way over to the Final Fantasy VIII Remaster. We're not exactly told what battle assistance will look like in Final Fantasy VIII, but one can assume it's going to be something similar to how it already exists in the Steam version of the game. So that is, you'll be able to make sure that in battle you constantly have full limit breaks, that you don't take damage, and that your ATB bar is always full. I'm guessing it's literally just being copied across point by point from that version, but I want to know if this is going to be coming to the other consoles as well, and not just the PC version. We do know that some of the cheats that are coming in the Final Fantasy VIII Remaster are only going to be coming to the PC, though we have been told that there will be some coming to all of the systems. And this is an interesting one. Chocobo World is not going to be included. I'm going to be honest, this is a little bit of a surprise to me. Now, Chocobo World, for those that don't know, was a small mini-game that was released on a device known as the PocketStation in Japan only. It was never brought over to the West. So for those of you that played Final Fantasy VIII on the original PlayStation in North America, Europe, or just anywhere in the West, chances are, unless you've imported a PocketStation from Japan, you never played Chocobo World. Not unless you played the PC port, which came out the following year, which did actually include a copy of Chocobo World with the game. And it was a little black and white mini game where you controlled a character called Boko, I believe its name was, a little choco chick, and he would run around and you'd collect items and you'd be able to bring some of those rewards into the game. Now, in the original PlayStation version in the West, that meant there was items you could not get in Final Fantasy VIII because you didn't have access to that minigame. Now, while the minigame is not being brought across into the remaster, which is a little strange since it already exists, it has been brought into the Steam version of Final Fantasy VIII. Even though that's not happening this time, apparently there is going to be a way through Rinoa's special ability to bring those items that would otherwise be unique to those that play Chocobo World into the game. So I'm not going to say I'm really disappointed, if I'm honest with you. I didn't play a whole lot of Chocobo World on the PC version of Final Fantasy VIII. I did dabble with it. I know there are folks who did absolutely adore that minigame, and they probably will be disheartened by the news. Even though I'm not, I am somewhat surprised. I did anticipate that because this was going to be a port of Final Fantasy VIII, and the original port did have Chocobo World for the PC version, I did expect it to come across, but, well, apparently it isn't. And then there's just a little bit of information on the technical side of things to the original Final Fantasy VIII, how they use motion capture and how it's influenced or had influence from Hollywood, but nothing really in terms of the remake. So a little bit of information there. In particular, the Chocobo World one is probably the most interesting, which I guess goes to show the quality of this particular interview. Though, like I said, that is going to come with a bit of a blow, I think, to a substantial amount of people, because I have seen a lot of people speaking about the fact that they'll be looking forward to hopefully playing Chocobo World with the remaster. Would have been the first time on a non-PC system for many of us in the West, but it's not going to happen. And also, I'd be interested to know if battle assistance is coming to all consoles. Again, this is a divisive issue. A lot of people are really resentful of the fact that these kind of cheats are brought into the remasters, but it seems to be tradition now. It's a common thing every time Square remaster one of their games from the PlayStation era, in particular the Final Fantasy games, to include a whole bunch of battle assistance with them. And actually some of them I do use, such as the turbo mode in particular for most of these games, and also the ability to turn off random enemy encounters when you're not in the mood for, you know, getting thrust into battle when you're moving between towns and stuff, are always useful. But I do get the whole instantly max out everything to, you know, full health and get all your magics permanently and all your gil and everything like that for the rest of the game are kind of pointless, and I've never used them. But that said, it's never really bothered me if they're in the game, because you can choose to use them or not use them. So I don't know why people do tend to get worked up about them, but I expect that will continue to be a controversial issue. And that's about it then, guys. So let me know what you think of some of these bits of information we've been getting, in particular the Chocobo World not being included. Is that a surprise to you? Did you even know about Chocobo World before this video? I'm guessing there's a few of you that didn't, though knowing the majority of you that come to my channel, I suspect you did. So I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts on that. But anyway, guys, if you want to learn more about the Final Fantasy VIII Remaster, then please don't forget to stay subscribed to my YouTube channel, and I'll be keeping you updated and notified as more information is revealed to us over the coming months. Goodbye.
This sounds like you're having fun.